Good Saturday morning to you. This is Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. This weather video, driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, 802 Honda, all located off of S7 on Interstate 89. Okay, so those of you attending the climate rally today, don't let any of these clouds or precipitation worry you upstream. They're really dying out, and the main action is going to be way to the south of us. No worries in that department. If anything, it's going to be the increasingly wind, a little bit of a gusty northwest wind here. Well, we could see gusts up around 30, 35 miles an hour in some areas. Kind of a swirling wind out of the northwest. So those of you attending the climate rally or all the goings on with various Thunder Road, be prepared for a little bit of wind gusting this afternoon and a little bit of a fall in temperature. You can see the story here. Temperature is a little bit cooler back here and towards portions of Ontario, and eventually this is going to make it in here later on today. But that's not before temperatures are going to hit close to 70 degrees. A lot of the cloud cover is going to be shifting further off to the south rather than northward, and eventually we're going to see some pretty decent weather here. Great conditions to go and attend important dealings, such as the climate rally in Montpelier. So I thought I would show you the HRRR model and the wind gusts that come in here. You can see a little bit of a maximum working across areas around Montreal, and this kind of hits into parts of northern Vermont. These wind flow coming in from the west and then gradually a little bit more northwesterly. And this is by 6 o'clock tonight, and then things begin to calm down as things cool off, and you can see the wavelengths and the wave undulations produced by the local terrain, the model picking that up. But still a bit of a north wind that goes into 1 o'clock in the morning, only around probably around 5 miles an hour. So precipitation, no issues to worry about here. Everything stays really to the south of us. And a little bit of cirrus dropping some virga, but not a problem. Now temperature, maximums today, about 70 or so, a little bit cooler to the north and west. And then by around 3 o'clock, these temperatures start to fall through the 60s, but not too shabby. Looks like the cooler air does get in here for some frost eventually overnight tonight. Here's the thing to look at, though, around the greater Washington, D.C. area for the climate march down there. It's going to be a hot one. Temperatures easily into the upper 80s and around 90. And that looks like it's been well forecast. Okay, so there's that precipitation that's going by, and it's out of here. The winds pick up a little bit this afternoon, but dry out just a bit. And then this is the rest of the weekend. Now, this is valid about 18Z or about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. And between that point, we're going to accrue this a little tiny bit amount of rainfall here. Looks like maybe up to around 0.05 of an inch in some areas of central Vermont. That's going to happen by the time we hit 8 o'clock in the evening. So between 2 and 8, that 6-hour period will accrue. I think this is going to arrive fairly late in the day. And let's see. Beyond that, it's going to lift basically through the evening hours and into the night. But the main action here with this warm front is going to stay to the north of the Canadian border once again. It's amazing. Then we have the cold front that's going to make it in here. This would suggest some kind of a extension of a thunderstorm activity that probably makes a run into Vermont. This is what the European models is saying for basically Monday night. So we could have some boomers here locally. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.